Good evening and welcome to the channel's studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5. Senior military officers in Gabon say they have seized power and placed President Ali Bongo under house arrest.
30 août 2023.
A group of senior Gabonese military officers appeared on national television in the early hours and said they had taken power, minutes after the state election body announced President Ali Bongo had won a third term. Appearing on television channel Gabon 24, the officers said they represented all security and defence forces in the Central African nation.
Que Monsieur Ali Bongo Ondimba.
They said the election results were cancelled and all borders were closed. Gabon's leader, Ali Bongo, seen here voting in the country's election, claimed to have won the vote by 64.27%, something the opposition denounced as fraudulent. Later, video showed military vehicles being driven into Gabon's Port Gentil as people on the streets cheered. A French government spokesman said France condemns the coup and demands the election results be respected. Russia says attacks on its soil will not go unpunished after it reported a night of drone attacks which it blamed on Ukraine. A strike on Peskov airport, hundreds of miles from the war zone in Ukraine, set 2 military cargo planes on fire. The Russian military says it shot down Ukrainian drones over Bryansk, Kaluga, Oryol and Ryazan. A spokeswoman from Russia's foreign ministry said attacks on Russia's territory overnight will not go unpunished. Meanwhile, debris rained from the Kyiv night sky as Russia launched its air attacks, killing at least 2 people in the Ukrainian capital. Orange balls of fire dropped from the sky as targets destroyed by Ukrainian air defences fell on several buildings in Kyiv, exploding into large clouds of fire and smoke. The bodies of 2 people were found in a non-residential building and 1 person was wounded by glass shards. That's according to Klitschko, the city's mayor, adding that debris fell in 4 places in the capital. Storm Idalia has been upgraded to a Category 4 hurricane as it nears Florida, meaning likely winds of 130 miles an hour and the chance that catastrophic damage will occur. Here, a time-lapse video showing storm clouds rolling over the sea in the Isle of Capri in Florida, and here CCTV showing winds gathering pace ahead of the storm. While this video shows flooded streets in Madeira Beach and St. Pete Beach. The National Weather Service in Tallahassee called Idalia an unprecedented event because no major hurricanes on record had ever passed through the area. Governor Ron DeSantis says 6-foot storm surges are expected and emphasises that it is life-threatening.
The hurricane will make landfall within the next 2 hours in and around Taylor County in the Big Bend region of Florida. The National Hurricane Center expects storm surge to reach up to 16 feet in some areas of the Big Bend region. That level of storm surge is life-threatening.
Australians will vote in a historic referendum on the 14th of October to decide whether to enact an Indigenous voice to Parliament. If approved, the vote would recognise Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people in the country's constitution for the first time and establish a permanent body for them to give advice on laws. The proposal is the subject of fierce debate in Australia. The country has not had a successful referendum in almost 50 years. And a 42-year-old lawyer who was kidnapped at birth during Augusto Pinochet's dictatorship in Chile and brought up by a family in the US has met his biological mother for the first time.
We're going to Chile!
Jimmy Lippert Thyden knew he had been born in Chile, but his adoptive family ignored that he had been irregularly taken away from his birth mother, who was told her baby had been born dead. Both found each other through a website created to help people affected by irregular adoptions connect with their families. According to the site, babies were sold to foreign families for around $10,000 or $15,000. And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the channel's studios in Lagos.